And when you got 45 million kroners, you're not begging people, oh, would you please join me? Please, I need you. You're not begging people. You're not crying for people. You say, I got 45 million kroners. Do you want it? No. You want it? No. You want it? You, I can help. You own it. You know what you got. A couple of days ago, I'm counseling with one of my personal enrollees. Young guy, dynamic, entrepreneurial, Gen Y, Gen Z, something like that. And I finally had to say to him, do you realize I can make you a multi-millionaire in a few years? Do you realize I can show you how to create not just a lot of money, I'm talking about generational wealth, wealth that you could will to your future children or even your grandchildren. I can show you exactly how to create an income that would be in the top 0.5% of the entire world. And I can do it. I can show you how to do that with a lifestyle of meaning and purpose and service, one that would resonate with who you are and your personality. Now, I have to tell him all that because he's never been in network marketing. He's just an entrepreneurial guy who impressed me. I sent him a link to a little intrigue sizzle video. He was intrigued and sizzling. And then I gave him a full presentation video, and he joined my business. But he has no idea who I am or what I've done in network marketing, the billions of dollars in sales that I've helped produce for my companies and my clients and coaching program people, right? I'm just a guy who he knows, but he has no idea of the level of success that I've created in this. Let me make sure my phone is on, in this profession, right? So I kind of, because I'm like counseling him and suggesting steps for him to take, and I'm getting a little pushback. So I finally have to say, do you understand what I'm offering you? And I'm not some rah-rah hype guy who's just pulling this stuff out of the air. I've got the receipts. And so it kind of got his attention. And then I had to let him know, but there's a catch. Here's the catch. You got to be coachable. When I set aside 35 minutes in my day and schedule a meeting with you to personally counsel you, you have to be open to the coaching. You have to show up for the job. You got to follow through. You can't just talk about it. Yeah, okay, there's a meeting. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'm inviting some candidate. No. You can't talk about it. You got to show up. You got to do the work. You got to be willing to work for your dreams. See, I own that. I know what I've got. I've got this body of work. I know how to create duplication. I could work with any company on earth and I could look at the tools, figure out what there's missing. I could set up a candidate pathway, let them know the kind of tools they have to fill in. I know how to do duplication. I might know how to do duplication better than any person on earth. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I'm in the conversation. I know how to harness leverage. I am the middle child of a single mom who raised 3 kids by herself, knocking on doors, selling Avon products. When I saw leverage, I got it. Okay. I realized, holy, you know what? I have spent my whole life waiting for an opportunity like this. And I've learned how to harness it because I know duplication. I know the value of creating a money machine. For you guys who follow my work since back in the day, you OGs out there, my first book was titled How to Create a Multi-Level Money Machine. Because that's what we have here. And I know that, and I own it. I know what I've got. So here's my question to you once again. Do you know what you've got? Now, here's what you got to understand. You don't have to be me. You don't have to have done what I've done. You don't have to have produced billions and billions of dollars in sales. You don't have to write best-selling books. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You still can know what you've got. You can know, I have access to a profession that very few people understand. I have access to a profession where the average person, somebody like me, or somebody who's a high school dropout like Randy Gage, can harness the power of leverage like wealthy people are able to do. You have access to that. Ask yourself these questions. Are you honest? Do you operate with integrity? Do you know how rare that is in the business world today? Are you regular? Are you willing to do regular counseling sessions with your personal enrollees? Mentor them, guide them, be their partner for success? I hope so. And if you are, do you realize how rare that is in the business world? Are you coachable? And then can you become the coach and just pass on the system generation after generation? Can you do the business in a way that other people can replicate your results? And then are you willing to make two promises to people that you bring in the business? Promise number one, I will never knowingly lie to you. Promise number two, I will never knowingly tell you anything that's not in the best interest of your business, not my business. Those are the two promises I make every person I enroll in the business. I've done that for more than 35 years now. It served me very well. It'll serve you very well. So are you willing to make those two promises to everyone that you bring into your business? And again, I hope the answer is yes. And if the answer is yes to all of these things, do you know what you got? Do you really understand the power of what you're offering people? You gotta own that. You gotta understand the competition. I started 2 different restaurants and failed and lost everything I owned. The second time around, they literally auctioned off my restaurant at the, and from the court. And I sold my furniture. I slept on the floor. I ate macaroni and cheese 3 times a day for months. I lost everything. Because that's what traditional businesses have, those kind of levels of risk. Do you know what it's like in the corporate world? I was dating somebody who works in the corporate world about 6 months ago. And to get the call every night, oh, and this person said that, and then my boss did this, and I'm like, oh my God, if I had to deal with that corporate politics, I would rather stick a fork in my eye. I mean, it's crazy. Working for the government, working for nonprofits. Do you know what other, all the other side gig competition? That's why I say, do you know what the competition is to what you have? The corporate world, the government world, the nonprofit world, the most startup entrepreneur things where you need hundreds of thousands or literally millions of dollars to start, or the other side gig things. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, other ride share, being a social media influencer, trying to sell on an e-commerce store, trading Forex, NFTs, those cockamamie MLM crypto scams. That's their competition. Those people have no support. They have very high risk. Yeah, great. If you're a TikTok superstar, you could have 2 million followers. And TikTok can change the algorithm and your next video could get 7 views It's just the risk reward ratio. If you're a YouTuber with 2 million followers, you are so hanging by a thread if that algorithm changes. And if you come up with a monster smash video, it gets 20 million views. There's 25 other people who are going to do that again tomorrow. And 25 other people are going to do that the next day and the next and the next. And you have no residual, you have no support, you have no team, you create no equity. That's your competition. So you have to know you have a superior alternative. This is what I mean when I say you got to know what you got. And then you gotta own that belief, and you gotta transfer that belief. And I'll give you a pro tip. My last book, The ABCs of MLM. It's the most powerful belief builder tool out there right now. Get one. If you haven't read it yourself, man, you've got to rectify that. The ABCs of MLM. It's wherever great books are sold. You got to read that, and then you got to get it in the hands of your new people. They need to build that belief so they know what they've got. So you got to know what you got, you got to show what you got, and you got to do it loud and proud. So that's my challenge to you today. Get out there and own it. Get out there and shout it out. You got to stop hiding your light underneath the bushel basket. Get it out there. You have what the world needs right now. You can be part of the solution. You can be part of the movement. But playing small isn't going to do it. You got to get out there and own it. Peace.